Hi there, your computer friend Connie here. Let's talk about Microsoft Teams and what to do with them when you don't need the team anymore. So over time, you're going to maybe acquire a lot of teams because of projects or committees that you serve on. And at some point that project might be done. So what do you do with the team at that point? Well, I'm going to show you how you can use 𝐕𝐈𝐃 to archive that team and still have access to that team information just in case you need to. Another option, if you don't like the idea of archive and you feel like you don't need that team at all, would be to delete the team. I'd suggest you archive it first and just test it out a bit before you delete though, because when you delete, there is a chance of recovering that team, but it's a lot harder and a lot more steps, and we'll definitely have your IT department involved in that. So let's talk about archiving. So first off, in order for you to archive a team, you need to have access to the admin part of Microsoft 365. So you need to be a Teams admin. If you're not, then you're going to have to talk to your IT person that knows all about that. Secondly, if you're going to archive a team, just realize that you can't add anything into that team after you archive it. You could change the members of the team, but you can't add any more files or chats or that kind of thing into the team. That kind of defeats the purpose of archiving. So when you archive it, you're just saying, enough, we're done adding to this. Let's just close it off, put the lid on it, and have it available for access in case anybody needs to look at it. Another neat thing that happens when you archive a team is that all the channels within that team become private. So let's just take this example I have in front of us. The project test is the team that I'm saying I don't need to add stuff to anymore. I have a couple of things in the posts here. I have, I think, just one file in this particular channel, or a couple files in this particular channel. Not a lot going on in this team as my sample, but you get the idea. So, okay, and we're going to go about archiving this team now. So let's see where we do that. You'd think, or you'd hope, that you could do that right from Microsoft Teams. Well, let's take a peek at the menu that's available to you beside the team, and that's the three little dots there. And you'll notice there is no archive on this menu. There is a delete, however, but there isn't an archive. So we're not going to choose delete, we want archive. So in order to do that, we have to get out of Teams on the desktop app. We actually have to log into our Microsoft login on the web and access the admin module. So let's go there. Okay, so I'm on the web in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And in case you don't know where that is, you simply click on the little waffle and then find admin from the menu. If it's not showing in the menu immediately, go to all apps and it'll be at the top because it's the letter A. Now, once you're in this admin center, we need to show all. We need to go all the way down to where it says Teams. Click on that. Click on Teams again. Choose Manage Teams, and then look through this list for the team that you want to archive. So I'm going to move down to find that project test, and there it is, project test. So once I clicked on it, it kind of highlighted it, put that little check mark on it, and now I can see at the toolbar at the top it has archive. So I'm going to choose archive. And so then it's giving me the message of what it's going to do with my team. It also gives me the option to make that site read only, because remember, the files that are within that Microsoft team, or maybe the notebooks that are within the team, are all stored within the SharePoint site. So do you want your members of this team to still be able to change those files? Probably not. So it's probably a good idea to check off this as well, that says this site is read only. So again, the purpose of archiving is we just want to say we're done with this team. We'll still access it for information, but we do not need to add or edit anything. So we're going to click on the archive button and away we go. All right, so it's still listed in my list of teams, but you'll notice over to the right of it, it says archived. Now let's go back to the Teams application itself and just take a look at how this looks in there. Interestingly enough, it actually took the team, the project test, and it hid it on me. It put it in my hidden teams, thinking that I don't need it in the active area, so that was kind of nice. But it does still have it showing because I was on it last. So when I was in the Teams app last, I was actually on that team. So let's just pull it out of the hidden area. Now notice there is a little icon beside that team now. Looks kind of like a banker's box. You put it away for storage, right? So if I click on that team or any of the channels, I still see the posts that were in it. I'll still see the files. So it still looks like an active team. At the top of the team, it says this team has been archived, so you can't make any changes. And if you notice in the posts area here, the new conversation button is not available to me, and that message is showing to me there as well again. So new conversation is grayed out, so I can't have a conversation anymore. Now let's say you changed your mind. You do need to do some more work within this team and you archived it a bit too quickly. We can go back to the same place and unarchive it. So let's go back there. So I'm back in my admin center under teams and manage teams. I'm going to pick project test. And as I pick this one that is archived, notice on the toolbar at the top it says unarchive. So if I click on that, that puts it back into active mode. All right, so there you have it. You can put away a team if you need to, so you don't have too many showing up and too much conversations happening that shouldn't be happening in areas that they shouldn't be happening in. So remember to do that. Archive your team so that you can have your teams under control. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.